Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Blind Box Series 3. What's in the box? I don't know. Let's get into it. Let's take a look at the packaging. On the top, Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron. On the front, Star Wars. Got some nice artwork going on there. Super nice. Coruscant. It's the Battle of Coruscant, as a matter of fact. Then we got Series 3, that nice chromy Micro Galaxy Squadron logo. Mystery vehicle and figure. Question mark! Includes one vehicle, figure. May include flight stand. Warning! Don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. On the bottom, here's the actual size of the figure and the vehicle. Look there, it's Cad Bane and his speeder. And these are Scout class. Vehicle and figure shown for reference only. On this side, collect all 8. Here's some possibilities that you might get. And then here's the chase figures. Looks like Cad Bane. And I can't tell what figure that is, but it looks like an indoor style speeder bike. And that looks like it might be Count Dooku. So there's all the possibilities you might get, and you might get it more than once. And on this side, here's some more of that artwork of the Battle of Coruscant. And then a number blazed in here. As far as I can tell, all of the numbers are the same. And there's some Arborish Micro Galaxy Squadron. On the back, don't give it to babies! Symbols I'm not going to learn. Warnings and stuff. Micro Galaxy Squadron, Star Wars.com, Lucasfilm Limited, Disney Print, Jazzwares, Made China. Problems, and a barcode. That, my friends, does it for a look at the packaging. Now, my friends, I have already taken the liberty of popping the tape on this, so let's see what's inside the blind box. Get that over out of the way. Oh, it's one of the chase figures and vehicle. It's Count Dooku and his Geonosian speeder. And a flight stand. So, that's pretty cool. This sure beats what I was pulling out of Series 1 when I pulled like 4 Din Djarin's on a speeder bike. So, there we go. There's all the pieces. Let's take a look at Count Dooku. Again, like most of the Micro Galaxy Squadron figures, it's molded mostly in one color. It does have some paint apps here for the hands, the inside of the cape, the belt, and 2 separate paint apps for the head, it looks like. Actually, not the the inside of the cape, because it's a different color than the outside of the cape. But the cape has 2 colors on it as well, so it's molded probably in this color that's on the back and the paint app in the front. And then you can see his little lightsaber right there hanging from his belt. It's got a paint app for that as well. So more paint apps on this guy than what you might normally see. Now, as far as his articulation goes, I'm sure it's exactly the same as the rest of them. He's got one peg going through the body for the arms, and they're connected together, and they will get hung up on the cape. So the cape does come off. So once you have the cape off, they will do a full 360 degrees at the hips. Doesn't go back any. Goes forward approximately to a, well, slightly better than 90-degree sitting angle. And as far as the cape goes, here's a better look at the inside of it. And then a better look at the outside of it. And it just kind of lays across his shoulder, pegs around his, or clips around his head, I guess you could say. So there's that. And it stays on there fairly decent. Let's take a look at his speeder bike. And it looks like it's molded all in this silvery, twirly plastic. And then these, I guess they're gold paint apps on here. It does have a few paint apps. They might be gold, they might not. I'm colorblind. Don't make fun of handicapped people. And then like his readout there, screen, whatever you want to call it. And I'll just say it doesn't have a lot of nice molded. It has nice molded details. There's just not a lot of them. I hope that makes more sense. And then here's the flight stand. This is nothing new. We've seen this lots of times before. And the way that works is it's got a post right here. And it's got a slot right there. And you just line them up and there you go. Now as far as the figure going on the vehicle, you really kind of have to take the cape off, which sucks. Because, you know, Count Dooku and a cape. Come on, people. So, and then you attempt to line the hands up with the handlebars as best you can. And once you have that done, the feet aren't on there properly. So, but at this scale, you know, it's hard to get it all right. So there we have Count Dooku on his speeder bike. I have to say that does look pretty good, especially for how small they are. So there we have it, my friends. There's a look at what was in the blind box. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have a bunch of Micro Galaxy Squadron stuff. The Series 3 blind box chase, Count Dooku and speeder bike, along with Darth Maul and Sith speeder, Din Djarin and swoop bike, Harrison Dula's A-Wing fighter, an AT-ST, the Imperial Troop Transport, and Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter. Here we have the Micro Galaxy Squadron Series 3 blind box chase figure and vehicle of Count Dooku and speeder bike with the Micro Galaxy Squadron Millennium Falcon. For final thoughts on the Micro Galaxy Squadron Blind Box Series 3 chase set of Count Dooku and his, I'm going to say it's a Geonosian speeder, but it very well just could be his. It does match up with his Solar Sailor. But for final thoughts on these particular items, I really like it. I like the fact that I've finally gotten a chase out of one of the blind boxes. So that's cool to actually get a really rare one. And the fact that it's Count Dooku, one of my, you know, he's one of my favorite prequel characters, even though he was kind of a sucker. I always thought he was cool, especially in the Clone Wars animated. But this particular One is from episode 2. And, you know, I have to say, you know, it's Micro Galaxy Squadron. It's got 2 points of articulation at the shoulders and at the hips, and that's it. But, you know, it does have pretty good paint apps on the figure, especially for the lightsaber, the belt, the hands, the face. And then, you know, the speeder has some decent paint apps on it as well. And so, you know, it's just one to look out for if you're into getting these blind boxes. That, you know, there are actually the chase ones in there. You might not come across them very often, but they are in there. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.